I woke up to the sound of water dripping onto my face. My eyes shot open, and I realized I wasn't in my tent anymore. The rain was coming down hard, soaking through my clothes as I lay on the damp forest floor. My head throbbed, and I couldn't remember how I got there. I was alone, or at least, I thought I was. My name is Sarah. Last weekend, my friends and I went camping in the Blackwood Forest, a place my grandparents used to warn me about. They called it cursed. They said strange things happened there when it rained, but we laughed it off. We thought it was just an old folk tale. It started the night we arrived. We set up our tents, built a fire, and told ghost stories. Around midnight, the rain began. It was light at first, just a drizzle, but then it turned into a downpour. That's when we heard it, a low, guttural growl coming from the trees. My friend Jake joked that it was probably just a coyote, but it didn't sound like any animal I'd ever heard. We decided to call it a night, but I couldn't sleep. The sound of the rain was too loud, and every now and then, I thought I heard footsteps outside my tent. Around 3 a.m., I heard someone whisper my name. Sarah. It wasn't any of my friends. The voice was raspy, almost like it was struggling to get the words out. I unzipped my tent and looked outside. The fire had gone out, and the campsite was completely dark. I called out, but no one answered. That's when I saw something move in the trees. It was tall and thin, almost skeletal, and it moved so fast I could barely track it. My heart was racing, but I told myself it was just my imagination. The next thing I remember is waking up on the forest floor. My friends were gone. Their tents, their bags, everything was gone, like they'd never been there. I stood up, my legs shaking, and started calling for them. My voice echoed through the trees, but there was no response. As I stumbled through the woods, I realized I wasn't alone. I could feel it watching me. I'd catch glimpses of it out of the corner of my eye, a pale, bony figure, always just far enough away that I couldn't see its face. The rain made everything slippery, and I kept falling, my clothes and hands caked in mud. At one point, I found Jake's flashlight lying on the ground. It still worked, but the lens was cracked, and there were deep claw marks on the handle. That's when I knew something had taken them, something not human. I don't know how long I wandered before I found the road. A car stopped, and the driver called the police. When they searched the forest, they didn't find anything. No tents, no bags, no signs of my friends. The only thing they found was my muddy footprints and that broken flashlight. It's been 2 weeks since that night. I've told the story 100 times, but no one believes me. They think my friends just left, that maybe I hit my head and imagined the rest. But I know the truth. When it rains in the woods, something wakes up, and it's still out there, waiting.